So there we are. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. I hope you are all well. Now, today is Tuesday, and oh my goodness me, a really interesting day and date. It is 22nd of February 2022. So we've got all the twos, and I was just reading about this, that we can read the date one way and another. So we are having the same date, 22 to 22. And then also you can read it upside down, that is the same. So it's 2, 2, 2s. Oh, we have all the twos. And then it's quite interesting because the energy, how the day began at my end is, there is that energy to that. And then when I was reading up on the twos and I said to myself, of course, this is what we are talking about, all that energy. And then what it feels like, that if you have been feeling that the year began to you sleeping, in a sleeping mood, January, sometimes you feel it is a little bit, the energy is a little bit flat. But what Spirit says that if you continue building up the energy since the beginning of January, now we are at the place that that rocket is ready to shoot itself. And even it feels like, just gradually going the energy, and suddenly it is just going somewhere unexpected. The card coming out of my hand is a Knight of Cups. So we got that force, we got that energy. And then what Spirit says that, why do we want to hold things back? And then it also feels that if you are thinking about within our own environment, just see what is really serving you, what energy is serving you and what is not. And now maybe we need to be even more disciplined, but not just we need to, but then you have that, you feel that inner strength and direction, and it feels that now it's wow, something I have not felt before, but now I'm feeling it. And then there is that hesitation what you have had before. So there is that energy. And then seeing the light again. Yesterday we had a card where we saw the light. A light with us. So here we go. So that is a card for all of us here. So I'm just going to shuffle my cards. I've got a Gilded Tarot cards here, Gilded Tarot Royale cards, and then Stephanie J. King, Angelic Messages, Oracle cards. So I'm going to bring 3 cards, 3 sections from these, and then one for the Angelic cards, because she's going to be back on the show one of the days. So we are just organizing it. So Lavanya is here. Thanks very much for being here. I'm very well, thank you, and I hope you are well as well. I am not doing live questions now because this is just my daily message, my daily message, which I am keeping myself to bring you, So I will do the private things another time, okay? So here we go. This is something shorter. So think about your question. You will have 3 options, 1, 2, 3, and see which one is resonating with you. And then the cards are falling out of my hand. You see, this is what happens. Spirit doesn't really want me to work with cards, but I'm still drawn to using this. Look at that pretty cards, These ones, and then these ones with lots of colors and oh my goodness me, look at that. For today, at the bottom is we've got the Fool. Things are up in the air, things are up in the air, and then they can fall into our hands in all different way, upside down, this way, that way. And my Spirit says, just hold out your hand, hold out and reach, because it's going to come to you. It's coming down in a way and at a time and in an order how we need to receive it, And then just like how all the signs are up there, that's the wheel of life. It's not stagnant. It is continuously rolling and moving. And maybe in recent times we feel, or we have felt, that it is actually faster. And what Spirit says, it needs to be faster. There needs to be that energy, that life force shaking up, and not just individually, but then in unity, in unity. Okay, so here we go. That's nice when we have the Fool talking to us. The cards are pulling out of my hand. Okay, so think about 1, 2, 3, okay? 1, 2, 3, for today, it's like 22nd of February 2022, and it's Tuesday. If you take the calendar or the week beginning on Monday, it's even the 2nd day. And apparently every day this week is, you can read it backwards, If you do the 22 to 22. Yeah, it's interesting. Or the other way around, actually. The other way around, if you read it in American way. So here we go. let's have 1, 2, 3. I'm going to spread it in front of me. So if you are choosing number 1, okay, if you are choosing number 1, your number is number 1, I feel that there's a reason that for today you put yourself to the front of the queue, the front of the row, as opposed to, you know, sometimes you might keep yourself a little bit back, a little bit shy, a little bit quiet. But for today, now we are in action. What Spirit says, so continue sorting out your paperwork, okay? Because we do not want to miss a number or a detail or a dot or a cross or any of those things. And then even the way how they make me speak is that the things are rolling out themselves one by one. So if you are choosing number 1, today you might feel that the day is 1 hour and another one and then another one and another one, and things happen in the order how they need to happen. I also feel if you are choosing number 1 that you have that greater awareness of working with spirit consciousness and aligning yourself, and then you know or you have started feeling it that things are coming to you and happening as they should be, okay, as they need to be. And I don't like using the word should, but on this occasion I was given the word should, how things need to happen, okay. I don't use the word should. The color you are also given is the yellow, not the yellow, it's orange and then the red, because as you are moving forward today, even when you feel that you have that energy in your heart and in your mind, but you need to remember that you continue grounding yourself and staying on the path and in focusing and in alignment. If you are receiving a piece of news, just put it to the shelf, because you will be able to deal with it a little bit later. Okay, so the card you are choosing, I wanted to pick one card, but 2 came out. One of them is the 4 of Cups. If you are choosing number 1, 4 of Cups. I'm sitting in a strange light now. Okay, 4 of Cups, and then a Queen of Cups. Look at that. You got the 2 cards, the 2 cups today. Okay, and what Spirit says that actually it doesn't matter which one you are looking or which one you are taking at the moment. The way, you know, when we were saying that actually things are coming to you and accepting, and you have that awareness, it is immediately in front of us. So if you feel that there's a little bit hesitation, then okay, just notice that there is a hesitation, and otherwise you accept it, because that is in your hands. You know, you are given to hold it in your hands. Also, I feel that, you know, you might be still thinking of direction, you know, directions this way or that way, because both of the cards, how I see the characters, are on the side, you know, going one side and another one, looking from one side to another one. Have that courage to look face, you know, and it's not just what you are dealing with, but yourself as, now, you know what, I'm really taking it as I am, and nothing is going to change my mind about that, okay? So that is number 1. Now, if you are choosing number 2, I'm feeling a little bit playful, and then again, I have the ideas up in the air, but what Spirit says, that it feels like a little bit juggling, you know, because the ideas above my head turn into juggling balls. If you are choosing number 2, you are you've got that skill set that you are able to manage all those things up in the air and doing things more than one thing at a time and really organizing yourself. And what Spirit says that as you are moving forward, you might want to create 1 or 2 people as a team member around you or behind you, who will catch the unnecessary tasks or the less important tasks, so that you can continue focusing on what is really important for you. If you feel that now up to this point you were following one path, one line, you know, then if you feel that I need to take a slightly different approach and then explore a different angle, what Spirit says that you just follow that stretch, and you do not need to explain yourself, and then you just follow that path, because this, what they are saying is that it's good that you are following that inner guidance, you know, that there is more depth coming to your creative work as well. It might also feel that you might feel that I need some time to take time out to reflect. Okay, so that private reflection time is going to be important for you. If you have felt that up to this point, I'm just doing things, actions, and then it's exciting because projects are created and completed and combined. but now we might need to be a little bit quieter to reflect, to gather the strength, to move on to the next thing, what you are doing. Your pattern is overlapping, you know, so it's not just one thing, but I tend to do more than one thing at a time. Okay, so that is for number 2. Let's see what we have with the card. I have a card of the Wheel of Fortune here coming out. Even sometimes you feel, because I need to focus on the clock here. It turns into a clock, that sometimes you might feel that time is not against you, but it goes a little bit faster, you know. So what do I do with the time? How I perceive time, and what Spirit is saying, that you got exactly the exact amount of time, and the time what you need, you know, and that is what you have. And otherwise, forget about the meaning of time. This is what they say, you know, because you have the exact amount of time. Because as I'm looking at this pattern, it looks like, you know, the sand can go this way and that way. The clock, you know, the sand clock, it can go upside and down, you know, this way and that way. That is what it becomes in my hand. So that was number 2. Then number 3, you need to be organized, because as I touch my cards in front of me, you know, spread out, as I touch the cards here, we are feeling a little bit overcomplicated and disorganized, you know. As if now for you are actually quite different than number 2, because it feels like I'm here, there and everywhere, you know. And then it's you know, sometimes it serves you, that energy, that playfulness, and I'm jumping into it and suddenly I'm making everything work. But right now you might need to just take a step back and look at what is in front of us, because you need to recognize that you cannot deal with everything all together, and there is no way that you could have everything all together, unless you want to have little attention given to every single task. But then this is not you who is doing things like that, because you like thorough work. Sometimes you might work yourself too much, and then you drain your energy, you burn your energy. And what Spirit says, just keep yourself a little bit quiet, just observe what is happening, because the tides are turning, the energies are turning and shifting around you, and you don't necessarily have to jump into the middle of it, be the part of it, trying to fix it, trying to sort it out or solve it for the others, you know. Because if you are number 3, again, take a little step back objectively and take a breath, maybe that time, moment of pause, moment of not hesitation, but moment of pause, when you, okay, so which one, what task is the most important here? We do not need to listen to every person's crying or the baby crying all the time, you know, because there is an energy what they need to experience there. Okay, so the card, now when I'm looking at the cards, none of the cards want to come here, but okay, I'm just going to go for the first one. King of Cups. King of Cups. Are you a person who's trying to do things by yourself or all alone? And just, you know, checking in with yourself, what is behind that attitude that, you know, I'm going to do it by myself and I'm enjoying it. But you need to know that there is there are backups and people around you who are there to help and support you. And then if you're choosing number 3, you might feel there is a mentor around you who is quietly father, grandfather energy in the family or outside of your circle, but there is somebody who is ready to step in or ready to give you advice when you are willing to ask the question, so you don't feel that you are all alone in this adventure. Okay, so that is for number 3. Now, so that was the 3 cards, 3 messages for today, using the Gilded Tarot Royale cards. You see, even the box is falling out of my hand. Okay, so that is the card, if you can see because of the light. Okay, and I'm going to bring you another card, one card from the Angelic Messages Oracle card by Stephanie J. King. Beautiful lady. So next show, I'm just organizing the date with her, the day with her, so that she can come to us and talk to us about the Angelic cards. So let us see. I absolutely love these cards. Absolutely love, you know, these ones, if you have not seen these ones. And then some angels are known to me, some angels not. So I am I'm really, you know, using these cards, just even asking a question and what is coming out of it. And you see, I don't normally read the booklets, but then this little thing, and it has a bigger version of the book, you know, is quite interesting, actually, informative and insightful, because she's channeling the I am I consciousness. So let's see. Oops. Let's see. Jacqueline is here. Thanks very much for being here, lovely one. This is just short messages, daily messages for today. Oh, while I'm shuffling the cards, the angelic realm, that energy is that even when life feels a little bit mundane, you know, when we do things one at a time and then we know it, and we might be a little bit tired with that, but what Spirit says that there is beauty in that, when we are able to do our things and maybe use it as a means of meditation, you know, when things look like and feels like I'm just doing one thing at a time, there is no change, there is, you know, that is the energy, that there is that quiet acceptance, and it's not because things are getting better or different, because they do, but right now just feeling into the moment. So the card which fell out is Resia, the Akashic. So we all know better, and we all know, even when we are asking many questions, even when we are asking those questions, how things are folding themselves out, deep down we know the answer. And then also we can ask this guide Raziel's energy to come forward, and even when we are feeling a little bit uncertain about things, just show me the next step, just show me the next step. And then at the same time, never underestimate, it's a little bit deep, never underestimate the guidance, what is available for all of us. And while I'm looking at the card, I'm feeling that angelic realm around him, that opening your wings, opening the light around you, and opening, you know, getting ready to receive, getting ready to be lifted up, you know, energetically lifted up and being guided. And sometimes we really want to know the way how we are being guided and what happens and how it happens. But Spirit consciousness says that, you know, it is always there. We just need to be in a receptive mode, you know. So that is the energy for. And then also with this card, what I'm feeling, what they are saying is that we need to let go of things which don't serve us. And it might also mean that today we might feel a little bit tearful about things, especially when we look at objects or even postcards or cards or letters which we received previously from people we love or once loved. And then there is that energy of reflection and knowing that, yes, that was part of my life. But, you know, if you feel that you need to be a little bit tearful about it, but then, you know, be that way, because that is part of your journey and part of the healing as well. And we need to let it go. That is learning. That is part of our learning. It's turning the page. Every opportunity means I'm taking it, and then once I have experienced it, then I'm turning the page. And then there is that graceful energy that I'm grateful, and I'm graceful in that situation, that I'm accepting my lesson, I'm learning it, and I'm turning the page once the lesson has been achieved or taken, you know. It's always I'm pointing at myself, okay? Never on the others and not the situation, but pointing at myself. It's interesting how Spirit is using my hands here as well, you know. So here we go, my lovely friends. It was good to be here. Thanks very much for joining in. This was 3 messages for today, for Tuesday the 22nd of February 2022, and oh my goodness, now I can say the date, you know, without making it about, you know, giving March or something, making it, you know, fixing it for another month. So thank you very much for being here. I'm sending you lots of love, many blessings. I hope it resonated with you. Maybe if not everything, but then that's absolutely fine, because the reason is that we start working with the energy and we share the energy here. So if you feel that you liked it and you found it useful, invite others to listen to this or share. I'm also going to have it on my YouTube channel. So if you are listening to this on my YouTube channel. Feel free to visit me on my webpage, zsuzannamedium.com, or come back to my Facebook page, Zsuzsanna Medium. It's always 9 letters, ZSUZSENNA. I will never send you a friend request or invitation to get a reading and things like that. You know that very well. And then because if people want to find me, they can find me for my private readings or various things I do. So that is that. And if you would like to be part of my private community on Patreon, just stay tuned in, because that is coming up as well. So I will be doing more work on that page as well. So I'm sending you lots of love, many blessings, and check out the Ask for Radio, Ivana Psychic Radio, and Moonstruck TV shows. Last week, if you missed, we had a wonderful trance medium working with White Eagle. We had Stuart Legg, and then we have a event coming up on Friday the 4th of March, which is a Zoom event for a smaller group. And the way you book your ticket is that you send me an email to hello@zsuzannamedium.com, and you will have the opportunity to ask questions, because when Stuart was with me on my show, I was the one who was asking questions, how the questions arose in the moment. So get ready with your questions, and then join us on Friday the 4th of March, 7:30, from 7:30 to 8:30 UK time. So that's from 2:30 to 3:30 EST. Okay, so here we go. My lovely friends, thanks for being here. Sending you lots of love, many blessings. And Summer is here. Thanks for being here. And Jacqueline as well. And Sarita is here as well. So thank you, and see you another time. Have a good day. Bye.